Ciao amici, I'm Maestro Leo Spizzirri, and today I got a doozy for you. We're talking specifically the hottest pizza that's taken over the country, that started of all places in Detroit. A pan that was taken from the automotive world, an old parts pan, cleaned up by an old Sicilian mom, and made into a gorgeous pizza. Today I'm gonna show you how to make the ultimate Detroit double pepperoni hot honey pizza. Stick around, I'm gonna show you what it's all about. "35 years, this never gets old." Who doesn't love a pepperoni pizza, especially the way that I'm going to show you how to put it together today? I'm starting out with the sauce. I'm going to add some tomatoes into the sauce. These are crushed tomatoes, and I'm going to use them because they're a little bit more concentrated than whole peel tomatoes. I don't have a lot of water to take out of them, and it's going to give me a nicer sauce at the end. I add a little bit of sugar and salt. The sugar is going to help balance out the acidity of these tomatoes and give us a touch of sweetness. Along with cooking them in the oven, it's going to become more concentrated. I'm going to take some garlic. I smash it before I chop it. I'm going to mince it pretty fine here so that it incorporates in the sauce. It'll heat through and cook much more even, and then you're going to get those aromatics of the garlic inside of this sauce. From there, I'm going to use some dried oregano. I love dried oregano over fresh because dried oregano's got that more pungent flavor. More of that burst of that oregano is going to come through in this sauce. I like to smash up the basil, and then I want to hand tear it instead of chopping it. This is going to allow me to get that basil all throughout here without it getting too black. Let's go with some fresh black pepper here. I love cracked black pepper because, again, it's going to give us that really nice pop of that fruity pepper flavor inside of this sauce. And lastly, you guys know I love oil. Let's put a little bit of olive oil in there, get everything stirred together. Make sure you see that shimmer on top of the sauce. We don't want pools of gold in this one. You're gonna get a little bit of flavor from it, but really it's about that concentrated effect and what's gonna happen inside the oven. I'm gonna stick this inside the pizza oven, and I'm gonna kind of slightly cook the sauce. I really don't wanna cook it a ton because I'm not looking for tomato paste here. I wanna just heat this through. This style of pizza doesn't have the sauce normally baked on the pizza itself. It's always done traditionally in Detroit after the oven. Right now, I'm using a traditional pan, which is 8 inches by 10 inches in diameter. This is considered a Detroit style pizza pan because it's 2 inches high. I'm rubbing my pan with a little bit of Crisco. I love using shortening because it's got a higher smoke point, and it'll also give me this effect on the dough of almost frying the bottom of that crust in that oil. Don't forget to keep an eye on that sauce inside the oven. I don't want this to be tomato paste. Give it a stir, pull it out when it's warm. Today I'm using my utility pan dough. If you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch the episode on my channel. This is a fantastic and versatile dough that's really easy to make by hand. Use what I call the dimpling technique so that we keep all the air bubbles locked inside that dough. I'm going to gently lift this up so that I'm not overstretching it. I want this to be the same thickness from the edges through the middle and back to the edges. So as I lay it into the pan, I'm taking care to make sure that it's uniform to the sides, but also in the middle. Once I have it inside the pan, again, I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to lightly dimple the dough so that it hits the corners of the pan. From there, I cover the pan and I'm going to let this proof until it's about double in size. The key to a beautiful, light, airy dough inside of a pan is proofing. Proofing is basically giving the yeast some time to raise. It's letting off all those gases. And as the gases are being released, the structure of that dough is holding on to those bubbles really tight, and it's going to create this beautiful, open, airy crust. Don't skimp on this process. It's probably more important than everything else, because if you've ever had a dense, chewy pizza crust, it's because it didn't have enough proofing time. Guys, I call this pizza a double pepperoni pizza for a reason. It's got a lot of freaking pepperoni on it. Don't skimp. I'm using 2 layers. I want to put a layer of pepperoni directly on top of the dough. Look at how much pepperoni I'm putting on this thing. I'm not messing around, guys. I'm using 2 different kinds of cheese on here. My first cheese is obvious, mozzarella. But the second cheese is something that you might not find all over the country. In the Midwest, and especially Detroit, we have something called brick cheese, which is really like a white kind of melting cheese, very mild, not a lot of flavor. It melts really good though. Most of the country can't find brick cheese, so I'm using quesadilla cheese, which I find is a really close alternative. I'm grating this by hand. I'm gonna sprinkle it on top of the mozzarella, and they're all gonna blend together. Now that all my cheese is down, it's time to go in for round 2 of the pepperoni. This is where I'm using that cup and char pepperoni from my friends over at Hormel. If it says cup on it, it's gonna have this effect that when I lay this pepperoni on top of the cheese, it's gonna go into the oven, and as it starts to cook, all of that pepperoni juice, instead of coming off the sides, is gonna curl inside and be held like a little surprise for you later when you bite into this pizza. Don't be afraid to get a pizza pan or something that's bigger than our pizza in the oven and cover it up, which will extend the bake time by not overcooking the cheese and everything on top of this pizza. As this pizza continues to cook, for like the last 2 minutes of the bake, go ahead and pull that pan off if you're using one, allowing all that mozzarella now to grab that heat, and you're gonna look for these brown spots on top of the mozzarella. We call these toast points. When you start to see toast points, get ready to pull this out because it's almost time to eat. I'm using a spatula to loosen up the dough from the sides of the pan. The greatest part of a Detroit pan pizza is the edge. That caramelized cheese that bakes against the side of the pan is referred to as a cheese crown, or for all you Italian fans out there, we call this the frico. And this is probably the greatest part of this entire pizza. I'm gonna put 2 vertical lines of sauce. Let's call them racing stripes since we're talking about Detroit. I wanna put 2 vertical stripes. Now guys, my favorite part, let's make it snow. I'm using Belgioioso American Grana on this. In my opinion, you can't use too much. Literally get it on there and then wait for the last finishing touch. I'm using Mike's Hot Honey. It's got this beautiful kick of chili along with the sweetness of this honey. And watch the way I cut this. When I come down the middle, I'm gonna give it cross cuts, creating 8 equal pieces, and guess what? All of a sudden, that sauce is in the perfect spot on every slice of pizza. A pan pizza should be light and airy. When you eat it, it shouldn't feel like you just ate a brick and need to go lay on the couch and take a nap. I want you to look at this crust. This is a sign of, number 1, a dough that's amazing. Number 2, a dough that's been baked right. When I come over here, I can even see the bottom, how beautiful and golden brown this is. I gotta do it. I can't wait anymore. I'm gonna take a bite. And not for nothing, this is the first time we've ever done something like this on this channel. Guys, I'm very happy I have this job. That bottom layer has this flaky bite to it because of that shortening that we used inside the pan. The sauce is beautiful, sweet, concentrated, because we let it cook down and put it on the pizza after it was baked. All those zesty bits of the garlic and the oregano, pepperoni under the cheese, which is what you would anticipate pepperoni being like. But then on top, it's crispy, it's flaky, it's kind of got that burnt edge. Guys, this is the ultimate pan pizza, and this is my double pepperoni pizza. I hope you guys try this one soon. Leave me a comment. Let me know below if you liked it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Share this with them. I'm Chef Leo. Ciao amici.